Alright, envoys. So Soulframe have completely changed how farming works thanks to Preludes 15. Gone are the old safe routes, predictable drops, and simple grind loops. Now, everything is more dynamic, more random, and honestly, way more efficient if you know what you're doing. So, in this video, I'm breaking down Soulframe's farming for Preludes 15. From materials, currencies, weapons to XP farming. And hopefully they don't change anything for Prelude 16 because I had to change everything up for this video when I did it for 14. So let's get straight into this. Before you even start farming, you need to understand one thing. Preludes 15 changed the entire system. Weapons now drop directly from enemies. Loot has random modifiers called tempers. Crafting is now tied to a refinement system. And progression is more about farming smarter, not longer. I made a video talking about Preludes 15 and the changes. The link to that video will be down below and it will also be in the top right. Now, if you need Dracs, the universal currency of this game, one method still remains very true to getting Dracs. Tap into your inner link. Break everything. Crates, barrels, and just by doing stuff. One of the best early game areas to go to is the Dracs undercities. Doing these dungeon loops always have containers that respawn real fast that always got Dracs in it. So if you're not breaking everything like this is Legend of Zelda, you're literally leaving money on the floor. Now, this part is where most players waste most of their time. And good thing, because of the update, they changed a lot about most of the materials and where they're dropped. In Preludes 15, materials come from 4 main sources. Open world nods, you can find these literally just by walking around, like herbs, mushrooms, quenching acid, and other ores. Enemies drop weapons now, and now they also drop scrap iron, steel, and brass. So not only will they drop from weapon racks, they will also drop from enemies as well. Containers and chests are still one of the fastest passive sources to get materials, and it's best to do dungeon runs to stack this, and event areas or boss fights. One of the best farming loops that I found that works for me is to start at a dungeon, clear all the enemies and loot weapons and mats, break every container and open every chest. Then I move to the next undercity and reset. And if you're trying to level up weapons and progress faster, this also helps out too, because you're going to be fighting a lot of enemies and most of them will be in mobs, which is exactly what you want to XP farm. One of my best methods that I found to work is to combine nearby enemy mobs to make one large mob. So if I see I have a small patrol and then I have a large camp, I'll take that small patrol and lead them to the camp so I have a large fight and I have more XP to gain. Now, let's talk about everybody's 2 favorite headaches, Moranite and Gossamer Quarts. First, we're going to talk about Moranite. Now, Moranite you can get from 3 places: collector crates, Agari Bosses, or from Koga farming. Now, when it comes to Gossamer Quarts, these you will find inside the crypts. So if you're hunting for quartz, get a crypt key, run the crypts, open every single coffin you see, and repeat. I also want to point out at the end of each encounter with the boss of the crypt, there are 2 puzzles that you need to solve to get the secret armory that he has locked away. And now, since I already said something about the bosses, if there's anything that you take from this video, I hope is this: farm Agari Bosses. Seriously, the bosses are one of the most rewarding, repeatable activities in Soulframe. They drop all the rare materials that you'll need later on to make better gear. If you have trouble finding these bosses or coming up with a route to get them, hopefully this image of the route that I take when farming the bosses helps you get an idea of how I farm. So the ideal farming strategy, when you tie all these things together, you start at a dense enemy zone. clear all the mobs, collect every weapon that drops, dismantle the weak ones, break every container, open every chest, loot and collect any nearby resource nodes that you see, move into your dungeon loop, fight an Agari boss, run the crypts for quartz, craft, and repeat the loop. This keeps materials, Dracs, and progression moving at the same time instead of farming one thing and realizing you forgot the other 6. And so this concludes my farming tips for Soulframe for Preludes 15. Now, will things change in Prelude 16? I really hope not. I really hope not. Like, the game has definitely shifted from simple grinding to smart routing and efficient farming loops. So I can only imagine what they come up next. If there's any farming tips that I missed that you know of, go ahead and drop them in the comments. The more people helping each other, the better this game will be. And if this video was at all helpful to you, go ahead and like and subscribe for more Soulframe content, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember, have a great day.